The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the marathon route as the crowd erupted in cheers. Runners, drenched in sweat and determination, pushed their bodies to the limit. Each step a battle against fatigue and doubt. Among them was a woman named Clara, her heart racing not just from the exertion, but from the weight of her own fears. She was nearing the finish line, the last stretch of a journey that had begun months earlier, when she decided to confront her fear of failure head-on. As she ran, she felt the pulse of courage within her, a vibrant energy that resonated with the teachings of Dr. David Hawkins, who placed courage at level 200 on his emotional energy scale. For Clara, courage wasn't the absence of fear, it was the conscious choice to act despite it. As she approached the finish line, Clara recalled the moment she had signed up for this marathon. It had been a leap of faith, an act of courage that had felt monumental at the time. She had always been the one to shy away from challenges, preferring the comfort of familiarity over the uncertainty of new endeavors. But something shifted within her. Perhaps it was the realization that growth often lay just beyond the borders of fear, or maybe it was the desire to prove to herself that she was capable of more than she had ever believed. With every stride, she was not just running, she was transforming, transcending the limitations imposed by her own mind. Courage, as defined by Hawkins, serves as a bridge between survival and personal growth. At level 200, it becomes a catalyst for emotional development, enabling individuals to confront their fears and pursue their dreams. Clara's journey mirrored that of countless others who had chosen to embrace courage in their lives. Take, for instance, a young entrepreneur named Malik. He had spent years in a corporate job that drained his spirit, yearning for the freedom to create his own business. The thought of leaving the security of a steady paycheck terrified him, yet the desire to forge his own path burned brighter. When he finally mustered the courage to quit his job and launch his startup, he felt the exhilarating rush that comes with stepping into the unknown. Each day was a lesson in resilience, each setback an opportunity for growth, and every small victory fueled his passion further. Similarly, there was Maria, a single mother who faced the daunting challenge of raising her children while battling financial difficulties. With bills piling up and uncertainty looming, she could have easily succumbed to despair. Instead, she chose to confront her situation with courage. She took on multiple jobs, often sacrificing sleep and leisure, driven by the love for her children and the hope for a better future. Maria's story exemplified how courage manifests in the everyday lives of ordinary people, illuminating the path from mere survival to thriving against the odds. In the realm of social justice, activists like Jamal stood as beacons of courage, advocating for change in a world that often resisted it. He marched in protests, spoke out against injustices, and rallied his community to join the fight for equality. Each time he took the stage, he felt the weight of fear press against him. But he pushed through, understanding that his voice could inspire others to find their own courage. Jamal knew that courage wasn't just about grand gestures. It was about standing firm in one's beliefs, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. As Clara crossed the finish line, she was enveloped by a wave of emotion, a mixture of exhaustion and triumph. The cheers of the crowd faded into the background as she took a moment to reflect on her journey. Courage had been the initial push for her transformation, a force that propelled her forward despite the fears that had once held her back. The emotional energy scale, illustrated by Dr. Hawkins, became clearer to her. Courage was not merely a stepping stone, but the foundation upon which she could build a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. In moments of triumph, we often find ourselves surrounded by a tapestry of stories woven together by courage. An artist, after months of toil, finally unveils a masterpiece that encapsulates their journey, a family reuniting after years of separation, and a community coming together to celebrate a significant achievement. These are the moments that remind us of the power of courage. When we choose to act, even in the face of fear, we invite unexpected opportunities and milestones into our lives. Courage can be trained and strengthened over time, much like a muscle that grows with consistent effort. As Clara stood among her fellow runners, a sense of belonging washed over her. She realized that courage was not a solitary endeavor. It thrived in community, in shared experiences, and in the stories of those around her. Each person had their own battles, their own definitions of courage, but together they formed a collective spirit that inspired one another to reach greater heights. In closing, let us embrace the challenge of expanding our capacity for courage and emotional growth. It is a journey worth embarking on, one that can lead to profound personal transformation. For those seeking to deepen their understanding of courage, resources like the World Tapping Circle offer innovative techniques for emotional development. This nurturing space invites individuals to explore their fears, confront their limitations, and cultivate the courage needed to pursue their dreams. As Clara looked out at the horizon, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. The finish line was not an endpoint, it was merely the beginning of a new chapter. With courage as her guide, she knew that she could face whatever lay ahead, armed with the knowledge that it was not the absence of fear that defined her, but her unwavering choice to act in spite of it.